Yes. Okay. Great. So yes. So programming language is language to interact with computers, right? So we classify languages at low level, medium level, high level. Okay, depending upon how close the language is towards computer language, right? So when you say computer language, it is zeros and ones, right? They understand binary systems, zeros and one. It's power on, power off machines, right? So earlier languages, which was developed 50 years back, it was more of a low level language, which was more like, you had to um, understand the binary language, and then instructions were given in those language, and slowly, like punch cards were the first set of programming languages that we had, and then slowly it started. Um, we started developing higher level. Higher level means it is closer to English language. Okay, that's why we say high level language. Okay, it's closer to English level language, and low level means it is closer to machine level language. So we have C, C++, Java, and tons of other languages. Okay, and one of the languages is Python. Now, the reason Python has become popular is because it is easy to program. Okay, so of course it is a high level language, so it is closer to English, but no, it is even high level language. It's higher among higher level language because the instructions are very simple, easy, and because of which it got popularity. Okay, generally people who used to do PhD, okay, and for PhD you have to do some kind of data analysis, and it could be from engineering background or non-CS, non-computer science, or even social science background, right? They would have to analyze a lot of data. So they needed a language which would be easier, and it became popular at universities and colleges level initially. And of course, Google was also working on this language, and now the initial development in this Python was done by Google, and then Google actually shared a lot of its code. Okay, so so people in data science, okay, started picking up this because if Google does, everybody wants to do it, right? So it became popular purely because of its simplicity to use. Okay, and it can be used. It's called general purpose language. Okay, that means it does not have any specific uh, application area. It is used in every kind of area, right? So it is used in your analysis, it is used in automation, it can be used to develop games. Okay, and so what we have is core Python, okay, which is the basic Python which everybody has to learn. And apart from that, you have multiple packages. Now, packages are programs written by somebody else, okay, which we are going to use it. Okay, so all the difficulties, okay, of doing okay, difficulty of implementing, how to implement, so how to make games, let's say. So the bulk of the difficulties, okay, has already been written by somebody else, and that portion is available to us. We call them as packages. Okay, so packages are a group of programs which are generic programs that are there, and we will learn how to connect and use those generic programs for our purpose. So later we'll see how to use packages and things like that. And because of so many packages available, people develop it for free. Okay, and they put it for public use, and we can start using those packages, and because of which you can do almost everything that you can think of. Okay, people from various background, they do come and they learn Python. So to begin with, okay, so remember this website, python.org. Okay, python.org is the website, and here you'll find everything that we need. Okay,
Your
so
screen, it's not.
Your
it's
screen
got
got stuck,
stuck.
I think.
is it?
Yeah, now it's coming.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So this is Python.org website, and it has all the resources. Okay. So this is of course like C Python. Okay, and you can download this version. Okay. So if you go to downloads, you can download source codes. It's freely available. So you can even see the source code. But for now, we are not interested in source code. You can download the version for Windows or Mac or other platform that you have. Okay. So
It's young, right, for Mac also.
yes, it's there, right here.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
So
okay.
sorry, you're saying something?
And it's free version only, right?
Yeah. It's all free. Okay. It's all free. And when you go there, it'll even tell you the steps to install. Okay. So I'm going to share some notes later. Okay. How to install. But just, try to install. Now, what happens is when generally I prefer -1 version. Okay. Because new versions, not everything might be compatible. But since our intention is to learn Python, so it doesn't matter. You can install the latest version. Okay. So when you download it and when you click on it, okay. Okay. So you'll get this option since I already have. Okay. So it's giving me upgrade and customize installation. Let me say customize installation. Okay. And optional features. Okay. So you can select all these. Okay. And see, anyway, it's not showing what I wanted to show. Just a second, then what I can do is and share this. Okay. Can you see Python installation?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so when you go and you download it from here, the same site, python.org. Okay. This video is there. You can actually watch how to download. Now, the one thing which I wanted to show you is that when you double click on it, this is the first screen that you will get. Okay, since I already had 3.11, it was not showing this, it was showing upgrade.
Okay. So I was saying that, do you see this add Python 3.9 to home? Okay. So you need to choose this option. Okay. We need to choose this option. So just make sure that you have this option, selected. Okay. And then it's just about clicking next. So once you install and in the, okay, and you go here and you search for Python, you will see this, with black color icon. Okay, you have many other things. You have documents and other stuff, but for now you have IDLE, but we need the black icon. Okay, this is called Python prompt. Okay, when you click on it, you will see this triple greater than sign. So when you see this triple greater than sign, it means your Python installation is successful. Okay, and you are ready to do your programming. Okay, so when you see this, right, that means Python has been installed. You can actually see the version, which version of Python you have. So it says 3.10.6. Okay, and you can start your programming here. Okay, so we'll do some basic programming today. So we'll say print and bracket open, quotation, hello, and quotation close, bracket close, hit enter. Okay, so print, as the name suggests, it's going to print it on the screen. Okay, print, and print is followed by simple bracket. Okay, quotation, and then you put whatever text you want to display on the screen. So you put it, and then you close the quotation and you close the bracket. Okay, so this is the first thing you're going to learn. Okay, now print, they are called as inbuilt functions. Okay, inbuilt functions. Inbuilt functions means they have a predefined meaning. Okay, which it has again set of instructions which is hidden from us. We don't have to know, and we don't bother to know. Okay, that's why we call them as inbuilt functions. They have an inbuilt meaning. Okay, and always those functions are followed by simple bracket open and close. Okay, so always your functions, whether it is inbuilt functions, and later we will learn to create our own functions. Okay, so inbuilt functions or the functions for that matter, any function will always have simple bracket open and close. Print, okay, open and close. So any function will have open and close. So you don't have to remember. Okay, just remember function will have simple bracket open and close. So whatever we write within the bracket, that is like giving value to the function. This is like giving value to the function. So what I can do, what I'm doing now is I'm passing hello, right? So I'm passing hello as a value to the function print. So to pass a value to a function, you have to give within the bracket. Okay, you have to give within the bracket. So when you put within the bracket, it means you're giving value to the function. You're giving value to the function, right? Simple, right? So function, any function name, bracket open and close, and you give value inside that. Now, when you're giving value with quotation, it is like telling, okay, do whatever I say, okay? Do not use your brain. Okay, this is what it means. When you give in quotation, when you give in quotation, it means do not use your brain, do as I say. Okay. So when I say print, okay, bracket open, quotation, 3 plus 2, sorry, 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2. And I put quotation and I close the bracket and I hit enter. Right? So print is a function. Inside that, I'm giving value within quotation, right? So see, I'm using double quotation, but later we can see that even single quotation will work, but we'll go step by step, okay? So see here, when I said 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2, in quotation, it printed as it is 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2. Because I told computer, do not use your brain, do whatever I say, right? So you give in quotation, exactly what you gave, it printed on the screen, right? Now, if I do same thing without quotation, print, bracket open, now I'm giving 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2. I close the bracket and I hit enter. See, then if you do not give in quotation, it's like telling Python, evaluate, evaluate or use your brain, right? So now computer is using its brain and it is giving us value, which is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 2, 12. You got 12 on the screen, isn't it? So print, okay, always followed by simple bracket open and close. Inside this, if you want to display things as it is, we write in quotation. And if you want to display or if you want computer to evaluate the value, you will give without quotation. Okay. And you can give multiple values in print. You can give multiple values in print. So what I can do is I can say print 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2, right? So 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 equal to, and I give this in quotation. And when you're giving multiple values, they need to be separated by comma. So I cannot simply say 3 plus 3 here, okay? Because then Python will think it's a one single value and you have made a mistake, right? So this is one set of value which I want Python to print as it is, okay? Which I want Python to print as it is. And then I give comma, and now I'm giving next set of value. So here I'm saying 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2. And you close the bracket, you hit enter. You see what happened? 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 equal to, this is what I gave in a bracket. Sorry, I gave in the quotation. So it printed as it is, right? And then I gave next set of values without quotation. So it is trying to evaluate. So Python will evaluate and replace this entire set with 12. Okay. And since we give comma in between, Python will automatically add a space. Okay. So that's why you see a space between equal to and 1. This is the space because we give comma here. Okay. Any question? It's okay so far?
Yes.
Right? Isn't it easy? Okay. Now, how many of you have done programming before? Any programming? C, C++, Java.
I just did Python.
You did Python. Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
I just tried to learn it, but as you progress, it was difficult. It's not easy to learn.
No. It is easy. Okay. So till when you're comfortable? Till what topic are you comfortable? What did you do last that you are very well with?
I don't quite remember. Like I was just doing this data science course.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So, if I'm not there, so you can probably take the classes, right? So that we can save some time. At till to the point, right? Okay. So see, the thing is, okay, two things have to remember. Okay, when you're learning anything new, okay, anything new when you're learning, you try to practice as much as you can, right? And especially programming is like mathematics. Okay, when you see somebody coding, when you see somebody doing, you'll feel it easy. Okay, because it is like that. But when it comes to you, right, and when you start solving a problem, when teacher solves the problem on the board, right, we feel so easy, right? Yes, this is the step, because it's all about the steps basically, right? And then when you try to solve, you miss a step and you start wondering what has happened. Okay, why I'm not getting? Why did I get stuck? So what is the solution? You solve 3, 4 solved problems, and then you will get to know, and you can solve any problem, isn't it? So that's one. And second thing is, um, it is about, okay, it is about instructing at a very basic level. Okay, now for example, I always talk about this, like doing programming is as simple or as difficult as making a tea. Okay, if you know how to make a tea, right, you can easily make a tea. But let's say, you start preparing and you forgot to switch on the stove, right? You will not get the tea, isn't it? So when you're trying to solve a problem, of course, using programming, we are trying to solve a problem. Try to think you have to divide the problem and try to think in different steps. Okay, this is the first thing I need to do. As they say, right? Don't try to boil the ocean, right? You start from step one. Okay, what should it be done? Okay, first will be to get the data. Okay, fine. You get the data. Next step would be to clean the data, right? So is data is in the form that we want to use it. Okay, no, it is not in the form. Okay, then which column is not in the form? Okay, how do you clean the data, right? And you make progress step by step. Okay, and it's okay. Okay, learning programming or doing programming is not like learning medicine. Okay, yeah, nobody is going to die here. If you get it wrong, also nothing will happen. Okay, so don't worry of getting things wrong. At max, what can happen? Computer can get formatted, but using Python program, you can't even format the computer, right? At least at this level. So nothing is going to happen. Okay, so you don't have to worry that my computer will get stuck or spoiled. No, so there is nothing that can go wrong. So you learn, and when you are again building complex logic, okay, you don't expect to get it right in the first attempt. Okay, you think your idea, you put it on paper, you type it, you code it, you see the output. If you don't get the output of your choice, then go and see what could go wrong, right? So later when we will build bigger programs, we'll discuss, how to go by step, okay, how to change parameter, and then you see the outcome. So you change, you see the outcome, okay, and then by looking at the outcome, you should know where you have gone wrong. Okay, no, this is where I need to change, this is not what I wanted. Then go back and change the code. Okay, it's your own code, you should be able to change it. Okay, so that's one. So don't worry, will slowly will progress, and hopefully in next few days we should be able to master this. Okay, so yes, we should be able to do that. Okay, so now you see that when you're trying to translate, so what Python or Java or C++, they are nothing but a tool which translate our English commands into machine level commands, and then again the machine level commands back to English. Okay, so when I type, you know, 4 plus 3 and I hit 4 plus 3 and I hit enter, the moment I hit enter, Python takes what I have written, takes it to the machine, converts into machine level. Machine will give the answer as 7. Then 7 is again translated back to English and displayed on the screen. That is the process. Okay. So we have two ways of doing stuff, the two ways of translating. So Python is basically a translator. Okay. When you say programming language, the EXE, it is basically a translator. Okay. So again, when you look at translator, there could be two types of or two ways of doing translating. Let's say if I have to speak 50 lines, okay, and let's say I'm speaking in English and let's say you all understand only French for a second, okay? So now somebody has to translate my entire speech into French for you all, right? So you have somebody called translator. So the translator will first hear all the 50 lines which I'm saying, or wait till I finish my entire speech, and then translator will start translating, each line by line, right? So translator is making note, and then, so if I speak 50 sentences, translator will again start speaking 50 sentences. So again, here when you write 50 lines of code, the 50 lines of code will all at once will be translated into machine level, and the output will be translated back to us. Again, all of, so if you speak for 2 minutes, all the 2 minutes, is then translated back. That kind of translation we call as compiler, okay, in programming language, where it'll take all your code. If you have written 100 lines of code, it'll take 100 lines of code and convert at the same time, okay? So we call them as compiler, okay? So if you talk about C++, Java, those are compiler based languages. They are compiler based languages. So the translator, the compiler, okay, that's why we say Java compiler. We say C++ compiler. C++ compiler, Java compiler is a software that will translate your Java code, the C++ into machine level, and translate back the output to English on the screen. Python programming and R. R is another programming language which is very popular in analysis kind of activity. Okay, in fact, 10 years back when I used to do it was all R only. Python recently kind of became more popular, but it was more of R. R has been designed to do analysis. Okay, you can't do anything else using R. So R programming languages or Python. These are the things that you will hear when you apply for jobs and things like that. They'll say R/Python. Okay, because both are equally used in analysis kind of field. So Python is called interpreter language. Interpreter is one which will interpret or translate line by line code. Okay, so see, when I say 4 plus 3, it did not wait for me to enter next line of code. The moment I say first sentence, the translator will immediately translate and give me the result. Okay, so it has its own advantages, it has its own disadvantages. We don't want to get into those things, which is better. Okay, they developed it. So being an interpreter, it has even more wider use. Okay, so that's not the topic of discussion. Yeah, there are advantages and disadvantages for both the types. Okay, so okay, so this is good programming language, but it's not useful. Okay, if you are to make it, if you want to do a programming, okay, compiler can sometimes, okay, not sometimes, okay, always it's not easy to do programming. Okay, here. So what has happened is people are developing, um, editors. We call them as editors. They're basically advanced notepad you can think of. So these are editors which are advanced notepad, it has tons of features, okay, built over notepad, you can say, okay. And these are designed specifically for us to do programming in Python. So you have editors for Python, you have editors for Java, every language, they have a different editor, okay. And they built extra feature, okay, so that our programming experience becomes easy. So so apart from Python, I want to download one more editor. Okay, now which could be up to your, I don't know if you already have any editor that you are using for doing Python programming, continue to use that. Okay, I don't want you to change the editor that you are doing. Okay, do not change it. Okay, whatever you're comfortable with, you use that. Okay, so you'll have Jupyter. Okay, you have PyCharm. Okay, you have VS Code. These are top editors. Okay, you say Jupyter Notebook. Okay, the way you do programming in Jupyter Notebook is different than, okay, and these are called editors. There is a difference between editors and notebook, but you can choose to do that. Now, you also have a choice of not installing any software. Okay, if you do not want to install any software, okay, you can even do program online. We call it as, actually here if you see, I'll share this link, PyCharm editors and Python IDEs. Okay, these are advanced. What happens? Okay, Actually, you can do programming here also. Okay. Okay. So, this is online editor. Okay. So you say print, hello, and you hit enter, you get output here, hello. Okay. But the best one is the Colab. Okay. Colab is a online Python editor provided by Google. Okay. So if you just say COLAB in Google search, you will get this. Actual link is colab.research.google.com. Okay. Colab.research.google.com. And when you connect, it will ask you to log in using your Python, sorry, not Python, Gmail account. Okay. So yes, you need to have Gmail connectivity. And when you do that, at bottom, you'll find new notebook. Click on new notebook. The moment you click on new notebook, it will open a new editor or new notebook for us to use. Okay. And this is totally online. You don't have to install any software. Okay. The programming will be done on the server on Google server, and this will automatically be saved in the Google Drive. Okay. So it uses your Google Drive space. That's why you have to log in using Google account. And all the programs will be saved in your Google Drive. You can actually go and refer in later. You can download them. Okay. So this is editor, and this is your file name. Okay. So you can give a file name as myprog1 or something. Okay. Myprog. This is the file name, and here we need to write our code. Okay. So I say print hello. And see, now you hit enter, right? It is not executing because see, it is initially when you're learning something, then you want to see the output immediately. So there's a chat message. Yeah, Priyanka, end slow immediately. I just wanted to introduce you to the software for today. So when you hit enter, okay, it is not executing. Okay, it's not running the program like Python. So see, when you're new, it is okay because you want to see the output immediately. You want to see whether your syntax is correct or not. Syntax is the way you program. Okay, the way you program is like grammar of programming languages. Okay, so we call them a syntax. So is it correct? Am I using correct syntax? Okay, if like print will have simple bracket. You might enter curly bracket or square bracket. That's called incorrect syntax. Okay. So you want to see, okay? So it's better to practice on, first few times, practice on, we call it Python prompt, okay, here, Python prompt. But once you are comfortable, you want to build program, and entering here and typing enter every time can be very cumbersome. So these editors and notebooks, they said, okay, you type all the programs, okay, where you type whatever you want to do. So if I say 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, okay, equal to, and then I'll copy this whole stuff. Okay, so you do whatever you want to do. Once you are done, then you click on this play button. You see this play, and this will execute your program. So program will execute line by line. Just that what editors will do is it will store your program, save it, and when you want to run, then it will execute line by line. Okay, then it will execute line by line. Okay, so it in a way it is helping us, but it by saving time, because I know what print hello will do. So I don't want to see the output of print hello now. I want to write my own 10 lines of program, and once I'm done, then I want to see the entire output, isn't it? So so then you click and you will get the output here. Okay, so we spoke about Python, how to download Python and install Python. And this is here, you don't have to install anything. You don't even have to install Python. It is everything is on cloud. Okay, you don't have to install. Let's say if your laptop does not support, is old and does not support latest version of Python, you can do program online as well. Okay, don't have to do that. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to install, I just said you can install Jupyter Notebook, PyCharm, or VS Code. Okay. So if you have a Windows machine, okay, you can go to your Windows you call store, right? Microsoft Store. Okay. You go to Microsoft Store, and you can download VS Code. So VS Code is available in Microsoft Store. So you can go and download VS Code from Microsoft Store, or you can download it from online. You can say download VS Code for Windows or VS Code for Mac, or you can say download PyCharm. Okay, so I'll be doing programming in PyCharm. Okay, download PyCharm for Python. Okay, so I'll be doing programming in PyCharm. Okay, so if you want me to recommend one editor, it is PyCharm. Okay, Python Charm. So PyCharm, and it is by a company called JetBrains. Okay, company called JetBrains. So again, you have to keep in mind that when you log in here, okay, you have two versions. When you say PyCharm download, you have two versions, professional and community. Go with community. Community is for us to learn, practice. Okay, if you are developing applications, okay, for profit, they say take this. Okay, so but anyway, we are here to learn. Download this community edition. Okay, community edition is totally free. Okay, it will not ask you for trial period or license fee, anything. Totally free. Professional is paid, so you can download for 30 days, but after 30 days it will not work. It will stop working. Okay, so otherwise you have to pay money for this. So what I'm saying is you don't have to pay money. Don't download professional one. Go with community one. Okay, it is free. So if you're using PyCharm, go with the free version. Okay, and otherwise the VS Code, Visual Studio Code is free anyway. Okay, you can go and download Visual Studio Code. Okay, and you can download for Windows, for Mac, for different versions. Okay, and install it. So I wanted to install Python and one tool, either PyCharm or VS Code. Okay, and when you download it, okay, just click and double click and install. Okay, it's easy to install. Okay, so you have these two things ready. Now, if you install Python first and then any of these software, okay, it is what happens is PyCharm will be able to read the Python path and you don't have to do any settings. Okay, PyCharm will automatically find Python and it will do that, whatever required settings changes required, it will do it, because it needs, it's a notepad. Okay, and you type a program in notepad, you need Python to execute your program. So Python is required, isn't it? Python is what will execute your program. PyCharm, VS Code, Jupyter, these are only ability to write differently. Okay, and we'll see how to make use of that. We'll see. So install Python and then install PyCharm. And when you install PyCharm, and if you type PyCharm here, so you'll see this JetBrains PyCharm Community Edition, and you click on it. Okay. When you click on it, okay, it will open a screen. And when you are doing for the first time, see, anyway, I have few programs here. But if you use it for the first time, it will ask you to create a project. Okay, so it will ask you to, okay, now don't go by the color. Okay, by default, you will see background as black color. I have actually made the settings change for myself. That's why you see white and bigger text and all those things. So this is the screen you'll get when you are installing and opening PyCharm for the first time. It'll ask you to enter path for your project. Project is basically a folder where all the programs that we'll do will be saved. So you can give a path here. Okay. And I told you, right, settings. So it has already found the location for Python. Okay. Now, if you drop down here, I have two versions of Python, right? So it is showing me both the options. Which option you want to use? Which option you want to use? Which Python you want to use for this project? You can always go back and change later. So if you install Python first, this will be pre-filled. Okay. Otherwise, you can go and search your Python and connect it here. And you can give the folder name. And when you say create, it will create a folder. You will get an empty, like, you'll get the folder name here and it will be empty. What we need to do is we have to say file, new, Okay, and you will see Python file here. You click on Python file and you can say, your whatever file you want to see. Okay, I say IES and I say okay. It will create a IES.py file automatically. Okay, and we can do programming here. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show. Okay, so tomorrow we will start our programming journey. Just make sure that you have all the software installed and you understand how to use this software a little bit. Okay, install Python and install PyCharm. If you're already using any other IDE, it's fine. Don't have to install PyCharm. Okay, you continue to use because it doesn't matter which IDE you use, code will remain same. The program code remains same. Okay, if you do not want to install anything for some reason, whatever reason, you can use Google Colab. Okay, using Google Colab is also okay. Make sense? So we'll stop here for
Yes, sir.
today. Yeah, and tomorrow we'll connect and we'll continue.